The club out, and out they come, led by Hugh Dallas, Scotland's World Cup referee, greeted by a capacity crowd in conditions, or at least overhead conditions, that are absolutely ideal. I qualified that immediately because they are walking onto a disgrace of a pitch. It really is, especially in that shaded area there. And thank heavens it's got to be lifted and relayed on April the 11th, ready for the Scottish and European Cup finals. And there he is, the man who brought a great deal of respect and credibility to Ayr and to the Scottish international squad. Ali right in the middle of the Ayr supporters. And I would imagine, knowing him, he'll kick every ball.
Yeah, well, and nice to see him in amongst the supporters, not looking for any special treatment, although he's certainly due that after the service that he's given to Scottish football, not just AyrUnited, Archie. I just hope he sees a terrific game today.
Just get the impression watching the two sets of players going out there. The Rangers are a little bit blasé about this. I mean, they have right over to the supporters, acknowledging the 12,000, no less, 12,000 who have come to support them this afternoon. There they are. They're halfway around the traditional Celtic end of the ground, making up a very colourful and very vocal backing for the club. And there's Kanagia, the man who, despite his vast, illustrious career, has never, ever won a domestic cup medal. So this is a particular incentive for him today, the Argentine, who's in the squad for their next friendly and who still hopes to be in the final selection for Japan and Korea. And there he is, John Hughes. Well, given what I've heard about John Hughes in the dressing room, he seems to be a cross between a regimental sergeant major and an irate traffic warden, because he really does give them stick at times.
Yeah, he does. He bullies a lot of his teammates into better performances, and I'm sure he will lead his team by example today. Played with him for a year at Celtic, and he's a wonderful professional as well as being a great competitor. Well, you heard Alec McLeish try to predict the kind of nature of this game. Not sure whether AyrUnited will try to dig in. There's Hugh Dallas, by the way, who's officiating in his 7th cup final, 4th League Cup final in all, and he's up to the World Cup, of course. As I was saying about Alec McLeish, wondering what the strategy of Ayr will be. We'll find out very shortly. They've caught these two diminutive men playing up front, of course, initially. And there's the man that gave Rangers the triumph in the semi-final, Lovenkrands getting his very first touch of the ball. I would imagine that Ayr will not want to do anything stupid at the start, especially in defence. They would find it very hard to come back from an early setback. Yeah, well, we heard Alec McLeish talking before the game about the nuisance value that AyrUnited have in attack, and we just saw an example of that there. James Grady chasing every lost cause today and winning his team a free kick in a dangerous area. Well, Pat McGinley, who scored over 100 appearances for Celtic. That played in there. Ferguson trying to get into it. Into the ball, played out to the outside. Fired in by Lovering. Well, Paul Lovering, the man who used to play for Hibs, he was sacked, in actual fact. I don't think there's any other way of putting it, by Alec McLeish when he was a manager. So he may be wishing some sort of redress today. It's just a pity the pitch does not match the sense of occasion, the colour, the vigorous support from both ends of the ground. And we'll see. I mean, certainly Rangers trying to play the passing game will find it difficult, especially on the stand side. Well, they have started with the initiative of that. And no offside. Player was coming back. It was Lovering who'd gone into the box. There's Flo. Now Ferguson. A lot of time for Newman to pick this up. Arthur Newman, who scored that stunning goal against Celtic recently. Ferguson. Rather predictable ball away to the far side. Rickson. Well, Lafferty very
clever player, Latterby, but he can be very delicate as well. I don't think he quite relishes a physical game.
No, he can, but what he does give you, Archie, is that bit of invention in that last third. I think Rangers have missed that in the absence of Ronald de Boer, and I think Rangers will be looking to get him on the ball as often as possible.
Nice little touch there, right, I mean, against a man like Vidmar, who's towering above him. Gravy did splendidly. Latterby. Now Newman. Wanting the Lovenkrands run, and Hughes had earmarked that. Nice little turn by McLaughlin. Amoroso. Lots of space for Ferguson. Latterby a little bit nervous the way he shoved that back there. Flo. Now Conterman. I think he wanted Lovenkrands to make a run down the left-hand side again. Here of everybody back behind the ball except the two up front. There's Kinidja, who's onside. And just hooked away. That was dangerous. It was Newman who was in. Latterby just got away with it. I don't think he knew where the ball had ended up. There's the right foot shot. Not as venomous as he is with the other one, of course. And with which he stunned Celtic. But he's coming forward.
Yeah, he is, and I think AyrUnited, I think their plan is to try and force the Rangers players wide, but Arthur Newman there, we see him cutting in, having a shot with his right foot. It's a decent effort, but doesn't really hit the target.
No danger to Craig Nelson in goal here. Signed in '98 for the club, played in the Scottish Cup final of '97, of course, in the losing side in that occasion against Kilmarnock. I think AyrUnited was quite right. The whole of Ayrshire, except areas around Rugby Park, will be supporting this team today. It might be just a little bit difficulty for Stefan Klos with that sun right in the eyes, but he has forsaken the bonnet. Conterman. Rickson. Kinidja. Lovering was up at him very quickly indeed. There's Kinidja again. A little bit pedestrian, he gets through there. Can he cut it back? He does, and there's nobody coming up on the left. Lovenkrands had come inside too quickly, and John Hughes just almost contemptuously brushes Latterby aside. The man you see in the ball now, Vidmar, has slotted himself into the Rangers side as a result of the injuries they've had. Blows a little bit hot and cold at times. That's a very good ball to Kinidja. He's onside again. And that's Lovenkrands. He couldn't put it away. Craig Nelson, instinctive save. Well, you know yourself from playing with this man that Nelson can be absolutely spectacular at times.
Well, that's just a wonderful save. He's kept AyrUnited in the game. I do feel as though it's important for them not to lose an early goal, and Rangers certainly enjoying a lot of early possession. Here's
a counter-attack. Brian McLaughlin's wee legs going up the clappers there to get forward against his tall defence, and that's the first clean shot of the game. And I think Grady was screaming for the ball to be played inside. He decided to let rip himself. Good counter-attack.
It was excellent counter-attack. I think Lovering was a bit upset with the ball that was played to him. I think he wanted it a bit further forward.
Here's his save again. Really is superbly taken by Lovenkrands. I mean, he had to go for it. He crept in there. Well, he stood up to it.
Yeah, his reactions are very alert, and a vital save for AyrUnited because they have given up a lot of possession to Rangers.
Rickson. Latterby in that central position can spray the ball about. Here's Newman. Once again, almost an assembly line of passes to the right-hand side to Rickson, who overhit that. Well, he looks implacable at the moment. He played in 7 League Cup finals himself, got 4 medals, and has yet to win a trophy as a manager. Caniggia turns beautifully on the ball at times. Caniggia, here's Latipi. Oh, that was far too obvious. No free kick, and to be honest, I don't think Rangers deserved anything out of that, because, well, here's a break by McLaughlin. Terrible mistake by Vidmar. Can McLaughlin put it away? Can't. Well, I said about this man, Vidmar, he blows hot and cold. Sometimes he looks very, very steady. Other times he can be slack, and he was there.
Yeah, he was. The ball going under his feet, allowing the chance for Brian McLaughlin. Not quite got the sharpness there to get a shot in early enough, but you still have a corner.
A little bit of jostling going on in the line, which Hugh Dallas is going to sort out. There's Grady right in the line there with Kloss. A little bit of negotiation going on. Newman. This is what happens at corner kicks nowadays. All the same, it's a developing theme of all-in wrestling in the box. Kloss was being impeded. Free kick.
I don't think it's a foul, Archie. I think any forward's entitled to stand in front of a goalkeeper. And
was he backing in?
I didn't see anything wrong there.
I think he might have been backing in. Oh, that's the Cumberland fall, I think they call it. Now, Amoruso. Caniggia just got to that. Turning Lovering inside out. But to really no effect, they go back the way. Nowhere near flow. Little panicky clearance that time, all the same. That came from the foot of John Robertson. He went down south to play for a year with Oxford United and came back. Didn't click. Cross it goes, and Robertson behind it again. He was a little bit doubtful for this game. Just recovered from injury. That's a throw to AyrUnited. Well, just about 10 minutes gone, and I don't think it could be too unhappy with this start. With that brilliant save, which was so crucial, by Nelson. And then the breakaway as Vidmar looks quite unsettled at the back there. Well, Gordon DL admitted his terrible nerves before this game. And Amoruso brought down. Free kick. They'll watch a challenge on him there. Just touched at the end before he went away. Not all that happy about it. Kloss, not all that clever with there. However, Latipi picks up. There's a chase. Robertson has to be very quick for this. That was a difficult ball for the goalkeeper to take, Andy. He took it very well, looked adept.
Yeah, it is. The conditions, I think, and I think we saw it earlier with Vidmar. He tried to read the bounce, and it took, I think, an awkward one. And I think it is causing the players some concern.
Low. Latipi touching onto that. Haven't brought Lovenkrands into the game at all. It's largely right inclined. A lot of the passes going out that right-hand side for Rangers. There's the run forward by Caniggia. He might get a little touch here, and he tried the outside of his foot that time. Beautiful pass here by Ferguson.
Yeah, the weight on it is absolutely perfect. And to be fair to Caniggia, it takes a great first touch, and if he'd taken it with his left, he may well have got a better shot at goal.
Just taken away by Vidmar. Now Newman. Good anticipation by Konterman. There's Kinnedia, couldn't quite get on it. He's being closely watched. Now Flo. Well, Flo has scored all these goals, and his defenders say, well, look at the number of goals he scored, but he hasn't convinced a lot of people amongst the Rangers support. Lovenkrands, they want to go for the line. Hughes is commanding enough in the penalty area thus far. Well, I think he's just a little bit annoyed, and it's yes, it's Vidmar who's getting it. It's not too surprising.
Yeah, well, I think Alec is noticing that there is a lot of space on both sides for Rangers, and he's just wanting the ball out on either side. I think a bit quicker so that Rangers can make progress down the pitch.
There's Amoroso. Got himself into that little tight corner and got out of it. Conterman. All these forward passes being nipped in the bud there. This time it was David Craig. Got to it, now Newman. Conterman with an atrocious pass back. Now McLaughlin lays it on there. Grady, can he get a shot in? He can't. Good defensive work by Ferguson. Now Lovering. Right out there towards Lovenkrands, who was sleeping a bit. Robertson was quicker in the uptake. Way by Amoroso. That'll be a free kick, as Lovenkrands, I think, might just have made the break through the middle. But again, it's heartening for Ayr. They've gone without any inhibition at this Rangers defence. Yeah, they have, but I think, again, the pass from Conterman was a poor one, but I do think the pitch played its part as well. It did take a bit of a bobble before it reached them, and Ayr were quickly on the attack again. And so play it to the wings as often as possible, I would imagine. Now Kinnedia does exactly that. Rickson. Flo. Latupi. Good run by Latupi. Still tries to go after it as Ayr, the white shirts, almost congeal in that penalty area to provide the barrier. Plenty time for Amoroso, and some of us think that that is the worst aspect of his game, when he has plenty time to think. Ferguson. Real fulcrum of the Rangers side, as you can see there now. Kinnedia. Would have said that's the best ball for Kinnedia, but he gets away with it. Free kick. And maybe, in a sense, that was to Ayr's advantage to get that, because he was away. Yeah, it looked as though he made contact with the ball there. Maybe a bit unlucky that the referee saw fit to give a foul, but yeah, he certainly caught the man as well. Yeah, these replays are helpful, Andy. I'm finding that out. Now then, Latupi. Wait to that far side, and Flo, I think, got a final touch, and there's a lot of pushing going on in the box in any case. Well, I suppose what people have said about this Flo going in there, that, you know, lukewarm is a word I think is used about him, Andy. Well, I just think in his overall game, sometimes he's too easily overpowered. But, you know, we've played, what, 15, 16 minutes, Archie. I think Ayr are giving up far too much early possession. And I think in those wider areas, Newman, Rickson, Kinnedia, they're all getting joy down the right, left-hand side. And I think it is causing AyrUnited a problem. By the way, Andy has the dubious pleasure of picking the man of the match. 09065 868608. That's what you have to call in, and Andy will give his decision towards the end of the game. Well, the Rangers might have started off this game as red-hot favourites. I think the support, which was not complacent, but they've now become attentive, let's put it that way. 17 minutes, no goals. Some of them may have expected Rangers to have been in the lead by now. Flo. Latupi just popped that up in the air. Rickson. Ferguson. Vidmar. McLaughlin closing them down, and Lovenkrands certainly set off. Hughes, that was the old heed in operation there. I mean, referees will never give a free kick against a defender doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, he's got such a massive frame that I don't think there was any way Lovenkrands was going to get around that and even get a hint at the ball there.
Lovenkrands with a blistering pace, as we've already seen this season. I think he just lacks a little bit of finish and poise in the penalty area. But a tremendous asset nevertheless. That'll be a free kick against Bert Konterman. First final for AyrUnited in 92 years of their history, and the good thing about them, as McGinley signals he wants it, is that they don't look overawed in the slightest. And a bad header out by Vidmar again. That's wild. Yes, well, Sheeran has a good left foot on him, and so does Lovering. They both went after that. Well, they should be reasonably content at the moment. They weren't expected to do anything dramatic, at least not early in the game, and 18 minutes have gone. They're holding their own. Although I think this man and Andy up here in the box would like to see them with a little more possession. Latupi comes forward, another free kick though. And a man being brought down there, Marvin Wilson. Born and brought up in Airdrie, Wilson went to Hearts for his first club and then back to Airdrie. And taken so quickly and wildly.
I think he's taking a leaf out of Amoruso's book. Took a very quick free kick, thought he had the power, but tried to take Klos by surprise there, I think. He's never had that ability, Yogi.
The jury's still out in Amoruso on that as well, Andy. Wilson. Got a good running on that side. That's not a bad ball. Vidmar in the right place at the right time there. Well, you can hear the AyrUnited support in the background. Certainly growing in confidence. That should be picked up by Latupi. But again, ineffectually. Free kick. And a twisting and a turning of the little players up front, annoying the men who have certainly looked much more powerful, but a missed timing there. Inevitably the free kick.
I think it's a tremendous first touch from James Grady that sets it up, gives him a chance of turning on to the defender.
A lot of mobility in that penalty area again. David Craig has come up. Hughes is up as well. Swung across and just touched down towards Ferguson. That'll be a throw to Ayr again. Rangers captain had to tackle desperately there. And in the last 5 minutes, Rangers have surrendered midfield to the First Division side. There's McLaughlin. Dragging Vidmar with him. Newman comes away. That'll be a free kick. It was Marvin Wilson going in very heavily. Rangers just tried to break it up very quickly on that left-hand side, and it became very crowded again. Now, Vidmar. Latapi did get the touch this time. A very poor pass, though. Well, he was brought in to replace Neil McCann, who played something like that against Celtic. It didn't come off. And so far, he's contributed nothing very positive to the game. Shocking ball there by Kloss. That's Craig. Well, Rangers defending. That was Wilson again. McGinley. Robertson. Not a good ball, though. Newman. Well, I did say right at the start, although Rangers had a lot of possession so far, it is still a makeshift midfield they have. And very often if a team attacks them like this and keeps at them and harasses them in midfield, they lose their point.
Yeah, and that's exactly what AyrUnited are doing. Marvin Wilson, terrific energy. He's getting around the Rangers players, snapping at their heels, forcing them into quick passes. And I think with a surface like this, it's sometimes difficult to reach your man.
Slipped by Amoruso. He gets back again, though. He had to James Grady, who was signed on the very same day as Eddie Anand, and that was a corner kick, yes, clearly. Signed on the same day as Eddie Anand for the club. Double signing from Dundee. And relishes this. Going deep. Sheeran. A little bit too deep this time. McGinley is up. Ferguson, does he keep it in? I think he did. Wilson is back there. And goes Lovenkrantz, and Nelson remained admirably cool. That was a difficult one for Nelson. Well, I think the David and Goliath analogy has already been made and well examined in this fixture, but you don't need to go back as far as that. I remember the 71 Partick against Celtic when we came here expecting a walkover, and Partick were 3 up within 20 minutes or something like that, you know, and anything can happen in this match. Vidmar. Newman just gets away and overdoes it again. Very poor possession. Amoruso. Down to walking pace. There's Newman. They look perplexed, a little bit puzzled as to how to break this defence down. I think he was meaning that for Rickson.
Well, they're getting very little penetration, aren't they? And I'm surprised that with the space available in their wider areas, I think a few quicker passes could release someone on either edge. And we can see here Alan McLeish unhappy with the way things are going.
Yeah, I think he must be. There's a lack of relish about them, apart from anything else.
I think you can see there he's demanding that it goes out to the other side a bit quicker.
Amoruso just got the touch in. Ferguson got out of that tight situation very well. I'd hardly say it's a case of Ayr holding on here, getting as good as they get. Here's Flo. They'll never get that. I think part of the reason, Andy, that Rangers don't make that penetration with a long ball, I don't think they've any great confidence in Flo up front.
Well,
because I don't think he terrifies people the way that, for example, Larson terrifies people.
Exactly that. His movement is not the best. I do feel as though he has got some good qualities, but if you play that ball into his feet, I think John Hughes would love to be faced with that type of problem all day. It'll make him get closer to him and make contact with him, and John Hughes loves that kind of thing. I thought in the early stages Rangers were getting a bit of joy playing the ball quicker into wider areas, but
here's Kloss. Well, Robertson, I think, twisted as he went for that. I think it's a knee now. I think he's in bother with his knee, Andy.
Yeah, he has. I think he was entitled to go for that challenge. A bit of...
He seems to be all right.
Yeah.
Tell you what, there was a degree of hesitation there again.
Yeah, there was. There was with Lovenkrands and Kloss, and John Robertson every right to get in there and try and get the break of the ball.
I think he's a little bit perplexed with his midfielders. McGinley, I think he's having a conversation with. There he is. Once again, falling to Ayr in midfield. Sheeran. McGinley, nice play. McLaughlin, can he spread it? He can. No, cut off by Vidmar. A good move by Ayr. And Vidmar just simply runs into trouble.
Well, it's great support play from John Robertson there, getting into that last third, playing as a right wing back, and he's quite willing to do that all day.
Lovenkrands finding himself in the left back position. I think part of what is wrong with Rangers at the moment is there is no commanding figure there in midfield. Barry Ferguson probably the nearest to it. Kanagia. And Rickson, well, all Rickson's been doing, it seems to me, is hit the ball against opponents. Well, that was a neat but risky header there by John Hughes. Yeah, still get to the ball first. By the way, Grady goes in towards the defence. Here's McLaughlin with a neat little chip. It's a brilliant save. The nearest chance in the game so far. A magnificent save, but what an effort by Brian McLaughlin. The other night, the Raul of Real Madrid almost scoring like that. Here's Lovenkrands. Here's Latipi. Going to be a free kick. Superb effort there.
Well, it was a wonderful effort from Brian McLaughlin. He's definitely got that ability, but an equally fantastic save from Kloss.
Well, he just got back to it. I mean, he's not the tallest goalkeeper in the world, and he's certainly not the tallest player. And the wee fellow almost did it. These are the kind of goals I like to see, you know, a bit of skill and, you know, controlled and precise. Anyway, free kick to Rangers. Rickson is there. And Amoruso, wow, fairly typical. Kanagia. And brushed off the ball. Ferguson coming up. Now Contravent. Here's Newman. Latipi. And Latipi goes. Well, that had to be precise. Good understanding there with Flo, who left it to him, and he measured it.
Well, that's the beauty of Latipi. He can give you something completely unexpected, just the break of the ball there. And he's quite happy to take a shot at goal. Could so easily have dropped in at the far post.
We have 14 minutes from half-time, and Ayr have come nearest to scoring. I think that sums up what has gone on before that. A team with an appetite and a team that has come out expecting to win. And I think sometimes these are factors that can be debilitating for one and inspiring for the other. There's McLaughlin. Well, I think the Rangers supporters are trying to rouse themselves with a song here. Nothing much inspiring coming from the field at the moment. Sheeran, Ferguson gets away, and that was twice a foul, I think. I think Sheeran was the first in there. He seemed to be injured, and yes, he goes in. I think he took them very late indeed.
Yeah, it's a wild kick at Ferguson, and he's lucky to escape without a yellow card there, I think, Pochettino.
Well, Amoroso had now taken 2 free kicks, and you might have seen in a pub side. Appealing that there was a handling there. Nicely brought down there by Grady, but that's overhit, I think. It sends him very wide.
I think the worrying thing there for Alec McLeish is that it's a ball that's come out of the sky almost, and James Grady wins it over Amoroso. You know, it's certainly a mismatch in terms of height and strength.
This will be taken by Paul Lovering. Won the Second Division Player of the Year award when he was with Clydebank. I think the flag is up. Yes, I think it's going to be a free kick on that far side. Well, I think, I wonder, he did say he didn't want to anticipate too much about this match, but I wonder if this is exceeding what he might have thought in his worst imaginings.
Well, I think what you're seeing here is 33 minutes gone. I think every single one of the AyrUnited players giving everything, and possibly you look at the Rangers team and think, well, there's a few players there that are not quite 100% committed to this game.
Good Newman. Kenigia took up very good position here. Hughes is with him. Once again, he can't get it through. A poor final ball. McLaughlin. Konterman. Plenty time there for Kloss. Now Ferguson. Yes, Craig got the tackle in this time. Newman. Don't know what Konterman was at there. Has to play the ball back the way. Here's Lovenkrantz. And Wilson did. The expected thing just stands in the way. Also just happy to put his boot to that. He is not a confident goalkeeper that way. Here's Barry Ferguson. No offside. Kenigia is away for Rangers. There's a ball across and a poor final ball. Given that opportunity, he had men inside him, especially Flo. Amoroso. Wondering there the way Kloss tries to manage that by hand. McGinley, well, he went down. That's either a penalty kick or I think a booking for diving.
Yes, a dive. It just wasn't a penalty, and McGinley trying to use a bit of experience, but Hugh Dallas, I think, made the correct decision there.
Aren't they supposed to give cards for diving, Andy?
Absolutely.
Here's Lovenkrantz. And nobody inside him. Newman ended up in midfield, and away go Ayr again. A beautiful turn there by Grady. Amoroso after him. Now McGinley, he can fire them in. Oh, brilliantly saved again. That is a special area for McGinley, and I think
Hugh Dallas is going to have a word with Pat McGinley just with that earlier dive in the box, but that effort there from him, it was almost creeping in just under the bar, but Kloss again, his positioning is good.
There's the shot again, and he was certainly not aided by looking directly into the sun. Their supporters delighted with this performance. A very poor corner kick. Just out. There'll be no complaint about that. Well, for a moment, I think Quantum was going to appeal to the referee that he hadn't fouled anybody there. We'll also get the free kick this time as we approach half-time. Now Ferguson. Try to build it up from midfield again. Plenty of space there for Rickson. Latupi. There's Rickson. Again, that pass was short from Flo. Simply not sharp enough. It's a beautiful pass by Quantum, and this time, and he plays it back to the feet of John Hughes. Nobody coming in that properly.
Well, I think it's a terrific pass there, but no one, you know, breaking their neck to try and get into the box. And on the end of that cross, Caniggia has made an excellent run, but very few players in the box for Rangers.
I think you've always got to admire people. I think you've explained it yourself, you know, having an appetite for the game that's there at absolutely every sinew of the AyrUnited side. And I think some Rangers players, despite the warnings of complacency, are taking it a bit too easy. Conterman! Oh, that wasn't far away. Now we have had dramatic proof of how well this man can hit the ball, swinging away from goal.
Well, it's a terrific shot, and we've seen all too well the ability of Conterman from long range. Very little backlift there, but it generates tremendous power.
Has to play that out to Lovering, and does. Again, the beaten in the air, the smaller men getting up there. I think Rangers ball. There's Amoruso. He just got away with that. Oh, Vidmar's having a nightmare, I think. Ferguson neatly to the side. There's a run forward by Ferguson, trying to get into the box. That was a better move by Rangers. And for the first time, Barry Ferguson, who has been showing an inclination to do so recently, getting towards the penalty area. Flo. Now Ferguson cutting well on that. Rickson again. They really have plied this man since the start of the match. Caniggia. Every time he's been across there, getting himself into interesting positions, either he's fluffed it or the defenders come across him. Caniggia, good defending again. Really giving their all this side. That time, David Craig. He was the very first Bosman signing by AyrUnited. Just got away, not particularly cleanly. Back to the goalkeeper this time, and nobody in for the kill.
Yeah, the defending there, I have to say, a bit unconvincing. They managed to get the break of the ball there, AyrUnited, but it's possibly a break that they've deserved. They've worked ever so well in that back five at times.
McGinley. That's a bit ambitious this time. Four minutes to the end of this half with 1 minute extra to play. I thought Lovenkrands took off a little bit slowly that time, and I think Rangers may get the free kick for it. Not quite sure why Robertson made that kind of challenge there. I don't think he was going to get control, Lovenkrands.
Yeah, and I think Lovenkrands is a player that Rangers haven't really utilised to great effect in this half. He's got terrific pace. I think if he took up a starting position that was a bit deeper, might get a bit more joy.
Shows you how bad this pitch is. Look at that little crevice there. Crevice like the Grand Canyon down there. Now, Lovenkrands. Latipi picks up. Doesn't quite know what to do with it though. Opened up well and intelligently by Ferguson. Now look where Vidmar has popped up in. Amoruso, Latipi. And he can't kill it off though. In the box though they were. Newman. Here's Caniggia. Come across to the left now, Caniggia. Better run by Caniggia. On it goes to Flo. And it's there! Flo. Well, the man who's hardly been in the game opens a scoring, delightful run by Caniggia to start off with.
Yeah, David Craig just let him go down the side of him, and Flo showing there what he is capable of when he gets the serve. It's a wonderful finish, but set up entirely by Caniggia, going past 3-4 AyrUnited players, and I think it's a vital breakthrough for Rangers. They've certainly needed it.
Very difficult angle, and he didn't have much of a target, Andy, coming off the inside of the post.
Yeah, terrific finish. I mean, he scored a fair number of goals this season, Archie, but the criticism comes from the fact that he doesn't do it in the bigger games, but he certainly delivers a lot of goals.
That's his 25th of the season, but as you say, it's all about context. Where and against whom does he score them?
But that goal should
certainly vital.
Yeah, it should relax Rangers now. Maybe we can see them getting a bit more easier possession, and I'm sure in the second half you'll see more urgency to their play, because I don't think in terms of their performance Alan McLeish will be too happy with what he's seen so far.
Well, he cannot get that ball to Lovenkrands, who just one of the players who gives the impression he doesn't want to get his teeth into it. Come inside, look for the ball, search for it. There's Amoruso. Minute added on. Two marvellous efforts by AyrUnited in this game, bringing out tremendous saves in the Rangers goalkeeper, and one goal. On a pitch that certainly doesn't encourage fine passing. Little turn, Amoruso getting in there though. Hughes. There goes Duffy. Bold enough to come forward and leave himself a little bit exposed. Latipi drifting away. Caniggia wants it and gets it. It's Lovenkrands heading through the middle now. Lovenkrands trying to go in the nest. I think there was only going to be one winner there, though.
Yeah, the run was well matched by John Robertson, and I think that brings the first half to a close, Archie.
Well, a dramatic ending to a game that seemed to be slipping away from Rangers and towards AyrUnited. As I said, it two great efforts, and Peter Lovenkrands limping off slightly there. The only goal of that half, of course, by Torrandry Flo, but a great deal of credit to making a cup final spectacle of this. For many people thought, as we see Caniggia going through there again, that Rangers might have opened the scoring and got on to win by a torrent very early on in the game. They've done nothing of the kind. Flo keeps them narrowly in the lead, and much to talk about from Jim and the studio.
Yeah, fantastic first 45 minutes here at Hampden. The thoughts of Mark Hateley and Eddie Annand straight after this.
We can now talk to Gordon Dalziel down in the tunnel.
Gordon, it must be very disappointing to be one goal down after such a positive first half performance.
I thought for 42 minutes there we were excellent. I couldn't ask for any more of my players. We've switched off and we've lost a terrible goal, which makes it difficult now. But we're only one down. We'll have to go out there and be positive and try and get back in this game. But I thought the first 42 minutes we were superb.
What advice did you give your players at half-time?
Well, I thought if we come in 0-0, you know, I'd have fancied ourselves to maybe get a goal. So we only need one goal to get in the game, but we've got to make sure that Rangers don't score.
Okay, I'll let you go and join the action. Thanks.
The action has started by about 15 seconds or so at Hampden Park. Rangers playing their 28th final, and with that tradition, that heritage, with the quality they have in their side, you would expect with a one-goal lead at the start of this half, they would not just defend it, but build on it and show some of the style that they do have. Only parts of which have been demonstrated in this game so far. McGilley trying to get through, and Amoroso whipping it away. Beautiful day for football as well, spoiled by a very, very poor pitch. Worse on this side, I may say, all the way down. But far from a disheartened Ayr support or players.
Well, I think the support has been terrific. I think they've seen their team give it absolutely everything, and you know, Gordon Dale says they're only a goal behind, a goal back, and they're right back in it.
Long and high, and Amoroso tried to go it in there. It was beaten in the air again by Hughes. Oh, and there's a discontent in that Rangers defence. Amoroso having very, very cross words there with Newman.
Well, they are having a bit of joy in the air. Ayr United, not only Grady and McLaughlin doing well, but John Hughes towering above Amoroso there and almost scoring there for Ayr United. That was a real chance.
Here's Newman. Lovenkrands found himself cornered there. He'll get the throw in. It wasn't the easiest of passes to give Lovenkrands, all the same. He really does need the ball played in behind the defence to use that blistering pace of his. Konterman, Latapi. Well, who gave the pass in the first place? Penalty kick. Oh dear, oh dear. It is a penalty technically. There's no question about that, but there was no danger.
I don't think there's any doubt. I think it's a penalty, and it's just Latapi there, a bit sharper to the ball, touches it by Lovering, and it's a daft challenge. He's going there to Latapi as if he's taking a dive, but it's a pretty clear-cut penalty in my view.
Well, as I said, there was no danger, and this would be agonising for Ayr if this did go in. Barry Ferguson has scored with the last three penalties he's taken. He's taking them with confidence, and now Craig Nelson. He does it again. Rangers 2 up right at the start of this half, and that's a look of relief, I think, in his face.
Well, it was a very composed penalty. He's taken pressure penalties in the last few weeks. Every one hitting the back of the net. That time there he sends Nelson the wrong way, and I think at 2-0, you know, you wonder if Ayr United have got anything in them to come back.
Well, credit to Latapi for the way he went forward. That's very coolly taken. He's satisfied. Rickson, bit of a tangle there. That looked as if it might just flare up. Hugh Dallas across quickly. Paul Lovering. There's no Loving. Lovering, dangerous ball in there. Caniggia tries to get away. And Amoroso. I think Rickson's parting with the ball today has been very uncertain.
Yeah, I think Ayr United were claiming for a penalty there themselves. Grady getting into the box, and
well, there he is. He's had a good game.
I think he's.
I mean, you mentioned the diminutive nature of these two players, but they've actually got up to the task very well. Amoroso beaten again in the air. That's a free kick. Wow. A free kick to Ayr. Duffy had come up. Neil Duffy, one of the veterans of the side at 35. I wonder if Paul Sheeran will have a go at this. He's got a great left foot. Craig's up as well. And well away that time by David Craig. Again, I think he typifies the way this team has been put together as he takes his free kick well off target. Having been around a little bit, have boots will travel if you like. Partick, Dundee United, Raith, Hamilton and now Ayr.
Well, I think that the second goal should settle Rangers down now, and they should look to be a bit more composed in possession and look to try and pick off AyrUnited, make them work a bit more. And you see already there's some slack passing going on.
There's been some unbelievably poor passing. He's looking a little bit shattered now. I'm quite sure he felt that if they kept the goal intact for 15-20 minutes and maybe even snatched one, he really would have made a game of it. Laughlin wants it. Lovenkrantz. Torandry Flo measured that well and loses the ball again. Sometimes he takes an eternity. Kinigia. Great burst of pace by Kinigia again. Very deceptive, and again Lovenkrantz had come in too soon as Latipi. Flo. Well, he could have passed that away. He had players up with him. Kinigia. His final ball at times hasn't been all that good, but he really is laying it on now. No free kick. He was appealing for one. McLaughlin has it. Little run round now, and Vidmar coming in at the back, left on his own, dealt with that competently. Here's Newman. Latipi. Still Latipi going in. Or he could have either shot and laid out to the outside. He had Lovenkrantz as well.
Yeah, I thought he could have got the shot away just a bit earlier, maybe just after that touch there, but credit to the AyrUnited defenders. They got close to him and forced him just to run the ball out in the end.
I think he must have been told to try to make some more penetrating runs, because he certainly didn't do that in the first half. Kinigia. Flo. There's a little one to Lovenkrantz, whose first touch lets him down. But he hasn't been in the game, which is astonishing, because he has been quite amazing the way he's transformed Rangers' left side attack with that pace of his.
It's a run that he does make well, drifting in from that left-hand side, cutting across the middle, and I thought he was well spotted there by Kinigia. It was a good pass, but his first touch of Lovenkrantz just let him down.
Well tackled there by Craig, and Flo is out of action at the moment. Play stopped, and I think it's the ankle.
Yeah, it did look as though he took a sore one there. David Craig came round the back. He won the ball quite cleanly, but as you can see there, I think he made contact with Flo as well. That looks like a sore one.
Well, giving him attention. First time I saw Torandry Flo, he was playing against Liverpool in a European game at Bergen, and he was immense. He really did look like a towering player of stature and strength and skill. And despite the fact that I know it's up for argument, Andy. He scored 25 goals. When it really mattered, you feel he's not involved enough, not crisp enough.
Well, the simple truth is he scored the vital opening goal for Rangers, so you can't take that away from him. He scored 25 goals. I think that's a fantastic return, but you know, you've got to, I think when you pay £12 million for a player, you know, the expectations are so high, and I think quite rightly so, and too often he has let Rangers down in the bigger games.
A good plea by the Council for Defence. Conterman done well on it. Well, quite rightly, he didn't pass that ball away quickly enough. He may have had a foul in it, but he did have the opportunity, Conterman, to lay it out. Craig inside. Here's Duffy. Played against Rangers in the semi-final, of course, and scored a winning penalty against Kilmarnock. Lovenkrands, taken away by Duffy. Flo is back on the field. He seems to be okay. There's McLaughlin. With a run through taken by Amoroso. Now, where is he going? Again, Lovenkrands can't get to it. Just simply hasn't had the ball at all. They're still fighting away here. Ferguson coming in. Good move by Ferguson. Lovenkrands was screaming for the pass. Here's Latapi. Here's Kanigia. On goes Kanigia. Lovenkrands, and the over-elaboration there saved here.
I can't believe he didn't get his shot away, Claudio Caniggia. A terrific run through the middle, but tried to cut back in on his right side, and that's surprising from a player of his quality.
He has had superb moments in the game. Certainly in the second half, he's looked very menacing. That, I think, is going to be a delayed whistle by the referee because he was trying to play advantage, but most certainly a free kick. Tackle there by Barry Ferguson. No doubt.
No doubt at all. I think a bit like the penalty incident, Brian McLaughlin just getting there in front of his opponent, and there's a clear foul.
McLaughlin hip pulls towards the penalty area. Once again, it's an Ayr player getting up there. It was Duffy this time, winning in the air. Amoroso finding himself a left winger now. Looking for Lovenkrands. A beautiful ball into Latapi. Latapi now. Kanigia. Here have got the players back all the same. A poor finish by Rangers eventually. They really were threatening. Gregson. Vidmar looking anxiously back, but the referee, the goalkeeper was obviously in a good position for that. Now. I thought there might have been just a touch there by Grady. There's a run forward by Lovenkrands. And well marked by Duffy. Two very experienced centre defenders know how to shuffle into the right areas from time to time. I don't know what Ferguson meant by that one. Good play by Ayr, bringing it out of defence as creatively as they can. There's Kanigia. Ferguson getting embroiled there. Marvin Wilson has been a hard physical battle, and I think he's already been warned by the referee in the game. Look at this. He's not short of spirit, is he?
No, he's not, and I think he's quite rightly trying to, you know, entice his players into a bigger, better effort. He's perfectly entitled to go in for that challenge, and you know, each player giving as good as he got there.
15 minutes of this second half gone. Mostly Rangers now in command. They could have been another couple of goals up if they'd taken the chances, which they very skillfully carved out for themselves. Here's Kanigia. That was a little gift to Kanigia this time. Look at the pace of Kanigia. Puts it back, and Latifi misses one of the chances of the game.
Well, it's fantastic play from Kanigia. I mean, his burst of pace is really quite electric, and he's got all the composure still to cut it back right into the path of Latifi. That is a sitter.
And now Ayr look as if they're against overwhelming odds, embodied by this Argentine with the greatest skill. They won't be too happy with that. Either with his manager. Offside. I think Rangers might be thinking of bringing Neil McCann on. In fact, they definitely are from that picture. Lovenkrantz, I think, is going to be replaced. Amoroso in one of his more leisurely moments. The thing about Amoroso is when Rangers have their backs to the wall at times, you know, when they're really being pounded, he can be absolutely immense. When you give him time to think like that, when Rangers are on top, he can sometimes be very casual looking.
Yeah, I think you're dead right. When he's got a lot of time on the ball, as we saw there, and he's trying to think about things, then I think sometimes his distribution can be very poor. He's been caught on the ball a number of times today, and even, you know, James Grady winning it in the air when, you know, he really has no right to against a much bigger and more physical opponent.
Newman. Flo. It's a better ball that time. Wrong side for Lovenkrantz. He had made the run inside. Just waiting patiently for McCann to come on the field. Here's Latifi. There's a run by Lovenkrantz. In he goes, tremendous. But oh, poor ball inside. As I said about him, I mean, he has the potential to be an amazing player here, but he needs to cultivate a little more sophistication in the finish, and I think he's now going to be replaced.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the key word there that they used is potential, and I do think he played a marvellous game for Rangers in the semi-final against Celtic, caused them a lot of problems. Today has not been his day, but I do think in recent weeks he has given Rangers something a bit different on that left-hand side, and there's definitely more from Lovenkrantz, possibly next season on a more consistent basis.
Well, on comes Neil McCann, who was handed a very difficult task at Ibrox in the Old Firm game, playing in a role that was entirely new to him, and he found it very difficult. He was on virtually to the end, but now, of course, he will be playing, one assumes, wider. Amoroso. I don't think the linesman was all that sure about who should get that. Hughes. There by Nelson. Well, AyrUnited still picking the ball up eagerly in midfield, not allowing Rangers to settle, and I think throw to Ayr. Ferguson arguing with the referee there, but it is going to be a throw taken by Lovering. Now Sheeran. Amoruso brings it away. That's great play by Amoruso now. The Argentinian with John Hughes, who just got a little touch on the ball there. And Hughes, wise enough and experienced enough. And there's a busload of Hibs supporters from his local pub, the pub in fact he owns, through to support him today. Great service for Hibs and Celtic. And he kept his eye on Kinigia.
Yeah, much better from Amoruso at the back there, showing great composure and releasing Kinigia there. He could have got his shot in a bit earlier as well, but wonderful skill from Amoruso, just knocking it over the AyrUnited player and setting up an attack.
Up goes a corner and over by Konterman. They were both up for it there, and I think maybe the pair of them made it more difficult for themselves than it should have been. Amoruso getting slightly up. So we've seen the several sides of Amoruso today.
Yeah, we have, and it's not been one of his better games, I don't think. I think he can play a whole lot better than he has done today.
There goes Craig. Decent enough ball to Ferguson. Well, playing the ball into midfield, almost always in the last 5 minutes being picked up by a white jersey. Hughes trying to lead by example. Not a bad ball inside, but away goes Konterman. Doesn't quite get hold of it. Marvin Wilson. Good support from Sheeran. Oh, and he expected a run forward there by Lovering, but he couldn't summon up anything out of the legs to get going there. Yeah, a little bit concerned as to how they can pick this game up for themselves now. Bill Barr in beside him. Nice little touch. Kinigia again, who's been immense in the second half. Flo. Latupi. Well, Rangers, as I said, in command now, but they've got to capitalize on it. Fairly inept finish there. I think he tried to place it gently. For the Rangers. Vidmar. Ferguson. Lovin, Konterman. Latupi. Here's Latupi now making tracks. Got a ball to Kinigia, who tried to lay it in front of Flo.
Yeah, he's taken up some marvellous positions on that right-hand side, Kinigia, making it easy for the likes of Ferguson and Latupi on that occasion to find him. And
he's been good from the start, actually. Just in the first half, there was some poor balls in finishing, but apart from that, he's been excellent. Ferguson. Konterman. Supporters screaming for him to shoot. Flo. Newman. So McCann getting his first real intro to the game. Newman. Gets involved in the tangle.
It's a clear foul. Again, Archie, I think Marvin Wilson's doing ever so well, but he's just not getting near the ball on that occasion. Amoruso lining up for another free kick.
Well, now, by experience, I don't think it should really perplex the defenders unless he's got something really exceptional up his sleeve here. But inside that boot of his, oh, it's Barry Ferguson. He's just passed. Well, he certainly has turned from what many people thought in terms of attack, a blushing violet in midfield, into somebody who really has a thirst for penetration now.
Yeah, and that was a terrific effort there. Great technique getting it up and over the wall, just about a yard wide, but excellent effort there from Ferguson.
Trying to get that to Lovering. Sheeran coming forward. I think that was a bauble in the pitch that forced him into that again. Ferguson. I think Stephen Hughes is being considered for entry, giving one of Rangers' most talented youngsters a little sample of a cup final. Offside against Flood. Well, why not use a goalkeeper when he's there? Rickson. Amoruso. When that was put forward, I thought he was going to clear it easily, and then he got in that tangle. Here's McCann. Newman had made a brilliant run down the left. McCann didn't see it. Latapi. Good turn inside Latapi. McCann. A little bit too strong again there. Here's Flo. Trying to dazzle with that little Highland Scottish. Newman. Can let the defender come in. Try and make a miss time. There with him. In defensive mode now, all right. Newman. Final ball is what it's all about, and easily taken there by Duffy again. It is now a procession. Vidmar playing across the field. I think he was quite happy to pass that on. Kenigia, not the best of balls there by Rickson, making it difficult for Kenigia. Nelson doesn't seem to be bothered when the ball is played to him like that under pressure. McGinley. Well, Pat McGinley's been a great servant in Scottish football. Almost 35, 2 seasons with Celtic. Scored 14 goals last season, walking away powerfully in midfield. McLaughlin can only lead on Chamaruso, who wants to come further and further downfield. Here's Kenigia, Amoruso. Latapi, dreaming. Well, that's good play by Lovering. Has to be fouled by Rickson. And that came from Latapi, simply strolling through the game, ball watching.
Yeah, big credit to Paul Lovering. Terrific effort. He's not giving anything up at all. Desperate for his team to try and get back into the game, and with 16, 17 minutes to go, maybe a goal for AyrUnited could change things.
So just about 17 minutes to go. On comes Stephen Hughes. Now, Stephen Hughes is full of talent. Very skillful player, needs to add a little bit of strength to that, and a penchant, an increasing one, to get into the box, get forward. But he's a developing young player, skilled and very composed under pressure. Wilson just nicked away there. Lovering. Wilson throw to Rangers. Here's Flo. Free kick. Lovering got in hard. Well, no. You're trying to puzzle out what were they trying to do there. I mean, they've got to clear the ball down, and the goalkeeper gets in a slight fankle. So does Rickson. Latapi. There's Hughes. Good run by McCann inside. It's Caniggia. Beautiful goal. Well, that caps a wonderful second half display, in particular by the Argentine. And as these pictures are travelling around the world, as he ultimately will, and are watched by the people who matter in the Argentine squad, there is a player with great skill.
Yeah, fantastic. Terrific cross from McCann. Caniggia making that great run right into the centre of play, and a marvellous finish, sweeping it away into the corner there. I think he's had a terrific game for Rangers today, threatening at all times.
Kind of restrained joy there by Alec. I think he knows the game is already won. Not the best performance by his side by any means since he's taken over. I think in a sense, Andy, you know, if you try to look for reasons, apart from the way that AyrUnited have played about this Rangers performance, I think in many ways, psychologically, the cup final was against Celtic.
Yeah, it was, and I think that's what makes this competition much more worthy to win. But to see the AyrUnited players here a bit disappointed with that incident there, I feel as though they were denied another penalty with James Grady there, and to be honest with you, I think they've got a case.
Yeah, I think they have. Let's see that again. Well, quite apart from what the referee gave, that was not the most astute way to try and challenge a player.
Yeah, I think it was very clumsy, and I thought it was a penalty.
Newman with his right foot. Latabie comes away with it, leaves it to Ferguson. Still there. Now Latabie. Rixon. No chance of getting that. No chance of getting that at all.
No chance of getting that at all, and I think John Hughes, I think he's played well today. I don't think he's been particularly outstanding, but he's tried to rally his team. And to be honest with you, I think in the first half, I think AyrUnited have to be commended for making it a great contest.
Out comes Latabie, and Billy Dodds comes on. Well, the Ayr manager was saying, when you look at the Rangers squad and you see them against the Old Firm, and Billy Dodds isn't even on the bench, that it shows you they do have some strength, and he comes on. I just think Billy Dodds is more of a threat. Okay, we go back to that crucial goal that you keep emphasising, of course. I think he's just as big a threat as Torrendry Flo.
Yeah,
his game.
I wouldn't disagree with you, but I think having paid £12 million for a player, you'd be loath to leave him on the bench.
Well, there's a little chip through there. The goalkeeper hesitated, and Conterman read it. Dodge trying to get into it. Wilson has been immense for Ayr today. Picks it up. Now McCann. That's not a bad ball. Flo trying to go in for that, and he pushed, yes. Free kick. There's a push there, and the free kick. I think we're going to have a Stuart Keane, who's a young player, Andy, coming on for Ayr.
Yeah, he is. He's got great potential. I think they've got high hopes for him at Somerset Park. Scotland under-18 centre forward. I think he's got a very high work rate and terrific energy about him. I think it'll be a great experience coming on for the last 10 minutes or so.
Hughes. On to Conterman, who's drifted into the central position again in defence. Newman. Seen a lot of the balls. Scored that glorious goal against Celtic, of course. He can't hit them in. That was his first goal in a couple of seasons. And now Caniggia to Dodge. Ferguson. McCann to Ferguson. Well read, though, by Craig. You could see the danger developing and stepped in. Newman just getting to that. Plenty time for McCann now. Flo in an offside position at the moment. He gets back. Beautiful little flick on there by Ferguson. Don't know what Billy Dodds was attempting there. And yes, I think this substitute is now going to be made. It's Stuart Keane coming on. Brian McLaughlin with a very good first half. Ex-Celtic player, of course. Won a medal, Scottish Cup medal for Celtic. And Keane now comes on.
Well, I think Brian McLaughlin had the best effort of the match at 0-0 in the first half. Wonderful chip, almost kept in under the bar, but equally good save from Kloss, and I thought he linked up well with James Grady at times.
That should be Kloss's. McCann to Hughes. On to Dodds. Newman on the run. It should be covered by Robertson. Oh, terrible mistake by Robertson and Newman. Well, why didn't he go right in? I don't know. He seemed to hold back there. Watch him.
Yeah, I thought he had a chance there of dinking it over Craig Nelson and possibly scoring. There was no one in the box, and it was certainly a ball to be won in his favour, and he just let it run on a bit too long.
And it goes to Rickson. Rangers in the home stretch. They haven't been fully in the gallop throughout the 90 minutes. But every now and again that little sprint by them paid off. Away goes Billy Dodds, away goes Caniggia, and that, I think the referee stopped the play, and it's going to be Lovering. He's going to get his name in the book. Really has played with relish, to say the least, and yes, you could see that last sliding tackle going in.
I think it's just a case of one too many fouls for Paul Lovering. Hugh Douglas has had enough, but terrific skills there from Paul Shearer in the middle of the park.
Hughes about to open it up. Back go the white shirts again, massing. It's Billy Dodds. That was a very poor slip there by Dodds. Attendance, by the way, 50,076 today, almost a full house. Now, Rickson has had a good season for Rangers. Undoubtedly he has. Not, again, like many of these Rangers players, not their best performance. Here's Lovering coming away. Played back. Game rather petering out now. 7 minutes remaining. There will be a little bit of stoppage time. No way for Ayr to come back, and we now reflect on the chances they had in that first half. And there might have been arguments. Look at the way that Duffy's relishing coming forward in this game, winning the tackles in midfield, and he needed a little bit better assistance than that.
Yeah, he was a bit unlucky there. He took a good first touch, but I think these last few minutes will be a great experience for Stuart Keane. He'll get a bit of possession, and you know it's important that he does hold it in and make secure possession in that last third.
Rickson to take this. Billy Dodds. That's like a ploughed field down there, just on the halfway line and about 20-25 yards out. It's a disgrace. McCann, Hughes sticking with them, and I think a free kick ensues about that. There's a lot of loose arms going on, and McCann holding his face. Oh no, yes, he got it. I don't think he got it twice, in fact.
I'd say that was a clear foul.
That's one of your massive understatements, Andy.
Well, I've learned from the master, haven't I?
No, yes, John Hughes, who's just recovered, I think, from that, and so is McCann. Just now here, the free kick. Can just out there again, Billy Dodds. Dodds coming in there again. That's not a bad ball, and it's off the line. Good covering up there by Lovering. Finding the right position.
Yeah, Dodds has done well to get to the byline. Rickson does what he can, just get it on target, but the positional play from Lovering is first class.
Here's Rickson. Wrong side of flow. Rickson trying to go in again. McGinley. Now Robertson. Good tackle that time. Newman was right on the ball. Here goes McCann. Here's Kanigia. Tries to float that in away to the goalkeeper's top left-hand corner. And we're getting near man of the match time, Andy.
Yeah, we are. I think there's a few contenders on both sides.
Mention them.
Well, I think for AyrUnited, certainly Grady, I think, has been excellent up front. I think in the middle of the park, Marvin Wilson's had a good game as well. And for Rangers, I think without playing well in the first half, although they did get that vital first goal, I think they've had a couple of excellent performers in the second half. Ferguson's been very good, Kanigia's been very good, and one or two others.
So you are contemplating that at the moment?
I am indeed.
Well, the nation might not be in tenterhooks about who's going to win this cup now, but about man of the match they most certainly are. And another substitution coming up here. It's Scott Chaplin, another young player coming on here.
Yeah, well, I think he's the captain of their under-18 youth team, and he'll play in that midfield role. I think it's a great experience for him coming on in a major cup final. It's only a few minutes. His team are 3-0 down, but great experience for him.
Here's Amoroso about to take this. Harry Ferguson. Here's the little touch to Dodds. Good turning by Dodds. Picked up well by Hughes. Now Kanigia. On to Hughes, he's onside. Little touch across there and nobody going in for it. You'd expect the big centre forward to launch himself. You would have done that, Andy. Head down, regardless of your fate.
Well, I thought it was a wonderful cross from Hughes. He's got great pace on it and just begging for someone to get on the end of it.
Flo. Ferguson. Rickson. Lovering. Marking him closely. Rickson, and how well they've been organised, that air defence. They had the extra body up there again. Kontonen. Amoroso to Newman, and Amoroso now in that laid-back style of his, which you can afford at 3-0 up. Not quite showboating. Hughes. Rickson again. That's a decent ball, and Kanigia! I think the linesman has given the goal. Kanigia has put it in for Rangers' fourth goal. They're claiming it didn't cross the line, but the linesman was right over there in Kanigia. This might give us a better indication Up it goes, missed by Kinidja. Yes, I think it was over.
Yeah, I think it's over the line, and to be honest with you, Archie, he was going to be my man of the match. That certainly clinches it. I think he's been terrific for Rangers. I don't think there's been any particularly outstanding performance in the Rangers lineup, but Kinidja played ever so well. His involvement into that first goal, the burst of pace. At other times, his running off the ball has been excellent. He's been a constant threat, and he's my CIS Insurance man of the match.
And in fact, the final whistle has gone, and Rangers have won the CIS Cup final. And in terms of the League Cup history, the 22nd time they've lifted this trophy. To the delight of the Rangers support who've not seen a trophy being won for something like 22 months. Accustomed as they have been over the last decade to tremendous success. And even having played down this tournament in the past, they wanted this victory badly, and they got it. Not a distinguished victory, but at the end accomplished enough.
Yeah, I think you have to give a bit of credit to AyrUnited. They made it a terrific contest for the opening 45 minutes, and it just took a bit of magic from Kinidja to unlock that tight AyrUnited defence. Tremendous finish from Flo, and that was Rangers on their way, and really their goals came out of nothing, and I think it was a good contest. A bit flattering for Rangers to win by 4 goals in the end, but certainly the better team won.
Well, there's the Rangers support, and they'll be waiting for Alec McLeish, who remains domestically unbeaten. 21 games now in all, about to lift his first trophy as a manager, as does this man here, captain of the side, Barry Ferguson, who by all accounts will be leaving Ibrox at the end of the season. I'm sure they'll try their best to hold on to him, and we await this cup presentation, which we will certainly be back to. But meanwhile, back to Jim in the studio.
Lucky not to be 1-0 down there, but in the second half we had everything under control.
You got a goal in the final. So many people have criticised you, Tory. How does it feel from your own perspective, being in Rangers and trying to convince so many people?
No, I just tried to have fun out there, and today we had a lot of fun. We're winning 4-0 in the final, and we're just happy today.
Enjoy the moment, enjoy your day.
Thank you very much.
And coming up now, I'm sure, a manager who's disappointed but must be proud of the way his team played, and of course I'm talking about Gordon Dalziel.
Gordon, you must be very disappointed with the way that one finished then, 4-0.
Yeah, I don't think we deserve to lose again 4-0, but I'm very proud of my players today. I thought they were excellent. Rangers got the goals at the right time, you know, 3 minutes before half-time and right after half-time with the penalty, which I'd like to see again. But I thought my supporters, my players, everybody involved with this club today has done us proud, and I'm delighted for them.
Still such a terrific achievement for AyrUnited to reach this stage.
Yeah, great. And we're back here next week again, and hopefully 12,000 supporters will be back with us again against Celtic. We're disappointed we've lost it, but we're proud of our performance and what we've put into it.
You've certainly shocked a few people with your first half performance.
Well, I think that was a big turning point today. If I went in 0-0, it would have been different, but we lost a sloppy goal with 3 minutes to go, and we put so much into the first half, and I thought we were excellent. And then to lose a penalty right after the interval, then you're in the back foot against teams like Rangers and Celtic.
Are we partying there nevertheless tonight?
I think so. I think everybody's, nothing to be ashamed of. I think they've done the town proud. I think the supporters have been absolutely magnificent. Thank you for that. And yes, we'll go and have a nice wee drink and go over this one. Look forward to coming back.
Okay, thanks for joining us anyway.
And now, in the procession of interviews, we now have Stefan Kloss.
Stefan, you've been a winner in the Champions League. How does this feel?
It's always a good feeling when you win a trophy. So it's a great day for us that we can lift the trophy today. Nice weather, the atmosphere was great, and we are pleased with the result.
It was a valiant effort by Ayr. 2 of your saves so crucial to your team's eventual victory.
Yeah, we must pay Ayr a lot of credit. They played really well, especially the first half. We had a lot of problems, and it was important for us to get the first goal before the half-time, and then right after half-time we got the penalty, and from that point on we controlled the game, but before was really difficult for us.
The manager said he wasn't happy with the players' first half performance. What did he say to you at the break to change the way the game went?
Yeah, he said quite a lot at a half time, and he wasn't happy because we didn't play well first half, and the second half was much better.
Do you believe this is the platform for Rangers to build again and go on for the Scottish Cup and possibly try and reverse the process of Celtic in controlling Scottish football?
It's always, you get always confident when you win trophies, and it's a good day for us today to win a trophy again.
Thanks again, Stefan.
And now we can talk as the Rangers support still cling on here to the man whose goal got them to the final, Bert Conterman.
Fantastic goal that got Rangers into the final, and the culmination of all the effort here today is a winner's medal.
Absolutely, and finally a prize, and that's the main thing today. And hopefully they will follow a few more this season and next season as well.
Well, you've got one trophy, and I presume the confidence will be sky high for the Scottish Cup as well.
Absolutely. Next week we have a semi-finals against Partick Thistle. We now know our first division clubs are playing. It was a good lesson for us today again. The result was good. Hopefully next week we can do that again.
You had the high in the semi-final. Claudio Caniggia was magnificent today.
Absolutely. A few assists and the goals was unbelievable. And I hope he will play the World Championship for Argentina as well coming summer.
What about the team now? It's all roads to the Scottish Cup, but everybody's wondering, is this a side that can build and try and wrest the title away from Celtic next season?
Hopefully, yeah, it should be great, but it depends on which players will stay and will go. But I think there is a good spirit in the squad at the moment, and we have to pick it up next season at the start and then have a good feeling about it.
Will you have a drink tonight?
Oh, definitely. A few wines.
Thanks very much, Bill.
Thank you, all the best.
Okay, Russell, 4-0 it finished. You must be delighted to win the first trophy of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Rangers is a big club, and we want to win all the competitions we play in, and we were at the final today, and we came here to win, and we're delighted with the result.
You personally, you got the start that you were so desperate for.
Yeah, I always wanted to make a positive contribution to Rangers Football Club, and I had the opportunity today, and we came out winners, so I'm happy with that.
And were you surprised at how well Ayr played in the first half?
No, I'm not surprised. I played with a couple of the guys, Paul Lovering, John Hughes and Pat McGinley. I know the other boys as well. So I know they're a very formidable outfit, and they came and they worked really hard in the first half. But I think in the second part, they got a bit tired and gave us more room on the ball, and we converted it into goals.
Will you be going in to give them a few words of consolation?
Yeah, definitely. I get on really, really well with John Hughes. So hopefully sometime during the week I can get together with him.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
There's the side of Hampden Park, a sun beginning to set, and probably a kind of dawning, if you like, for Alec McLeish, who at least seems to have stopped a rot that had dangerously set in at Ibrox. He lifts his first trophy. Their United supporters are away, but they have played their part in the theatre of this cup final, which once again, in record-breaking way, has gone to Ibrox. We go back now to Jim.
Thank you very much indeed to Archie Macpherson and Andy Walker for commentary. Well done to Katrina Harvey and Peter Martin with all those interviews. Let's find out who's won our CIS Man of the Match competition today. Andy's choice
took his goals well, could have had a hat-trick, could have had 4 or 5 even. I think that was the only part of his game that let him down today, was his finishing, but still ending up 4-0 victors, 2 goals for himself and an assist.
Yeah, Eddie, you must be pleased with the way AyrUnited played. I didn't really think there was 4 goals in it at the end.
No, there wasn't, especially in the first half. Second half, Rangers showed us superiority. I think Caniggia quite fittingly get man in the match. I thought he caused us problems, played in between David Craig and Paul Lovering and got in behind so many times, and there wasn't 4 goals in it, but we can be proud of what we've done, and just as well, just fortunate for us, we're back here next Saturday for the semi-final. We can look forward to that again.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. What did you make of AyrUnited's performance, Mark?
I thought they played very well first half. I thought they caused lots of problems by just being direct, twisting and turning the boys up front. I thought they did exceptionally well. I think we always said, the energy levels that would be expected to cause a problem. I think that paid its toll in the second half, and I think that's where Rangers came into their own. They started to get the ball down, knock it, and when people get tired, spaces occur. And with the likes of Caniggia and Lovenkrands and these sort of people, they just exploit you, and that's how it turned out.
Yeah, well, AyrUnited were doing so well approaching half-time, and then this happened. This was the goal which put Rangers 1-0 up going into the half-time break, and it really was all Claudio Caniggia in the build-up, Mark.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, that typified him. You know, earlier on in the game, he was out wide, taking on the runs, cutting a few balls back, could have had a couple of shots, but there, you know, he's doing what he's good at. He's strong, very confident on a really difficult surface as well, but making it look simple.
By the way, Flo did score that goal, even though we didn't show you. Let's get into the second half, Eddie, and what a chance for Neil Duffy right after half-time just to get the equaliser.
As Connor Kent, Big Yogi gets the touch on it, he just has to glance at it. I think he's got too much on it. But that's a good chance. I think Neil will be really disappointed about that. It'd be better if maybe James was on a bit there, a weird player to get a flick on.
That could have changed the whole course of the game, Mark.
Absolutely, but it's all about taking your half chances. When you play against the big clubs, you get half chances, you must put them in the back of the net, but I just think that was a difficult one coming at him quick as well. But, you know, your half chances the first half, possibly if they took one of those, you know, gone in 1-0 at half-time, it might have been a different story, but they didn't do that. And
we were saying, even Andy and Archie saying in commentary, Eddie, if AyrUnited could have held on for 10-15 minutes into that second half, they might have come back into it.
Yeah, I think so. It was important that we started the game well. We lost the goal in the first couple of minutes, which doesn't help. You're chasing the game, you're 2-0 down. We pushed Paul Lovering further forward, and that's where Caniggia got his joy down that side. But as I said, we've done well. We can be proud of ourselves. We got here. Not a lot of teams can say that they've been here. And we'll build on next Saturday.
Yeah, let's have a look at the second Rangers goal. It came from the penalty spot, of course. Mark, you thought this was soft.
Yeah, I mean, it's a soft penalty to give away. I mean, you know, Latapi's running away from the goal for a start-off, and you always want your defenders. I mean, contact is made there, so I think Dallas has no option but to point to the penalty spot. Barry Ferguson steps up, nice as you like, and that's the game finish as a contest. But as a manager, you always want your defenders to stay on the feet and, you know, not commit to anything, especially when they're running away from the goal. It was a soft one to give away.
I suppose you got a soft one in the semi-final, Eddie.
I did, so even that a wee bit, but Paul just tried to get a toe on it to put it out of the part, and Latapi's just getting in front of him. He'll be disappointed in there. He gave 100% today, and it just wasn't to be for him. But as I said, he done well in the final third on the park.
Yeah, let's talk about Claudio Caniggia. We can see him in action now. He had a marvellous second half in particular, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, the longer the game goes, the more energy the man finds. He's got a fantastic physique, super fit. You know, brings people into the game all the time. I think the only thing you could, you know, you point the finger at is, you know, he could have scored more goals. Just the power, the running, pulling the ball, sit to that for Russell Latapi. I think he was already away on his celebration before he hit that. But he commits people all the time. He's aggressive when he runs. He takes the ball to people, commits people, and brings people into the game all day long. And I was delighted for him today.
Yeah, must have been a very hard player for your defenders to play against, Eddie.
I think it's just his pace, his direct running. He causes problems. As Mark says, he could have scored 4 or 5. I think if he finished him a bit more, he'd have at least 28 goals a season easy. But he's so quick, brings people into the game. He's great first touch, and he was a constant menace in the second half.
He certainly was. The Rangers fans were really singing for Barry Ferguson all through that second half. He had a wee pop with a free kick here, Mark. Yeah. But what do you make of his overall performance?
I think second half, I think the whole team were a different team, but that is Barry now. Barry's onto his game, he's top of his confidence, he's having shots week in, week out. You would get 1 or 2 shots from Barry over half a dozen games. Now he's consistently having shots, taking the confidence has taken him through now, getting him onto the ball in and around the box, taking his free kicks. It's very unfortunate there not to hit the target.
Peter asked him the question about next season. He's very reluctant to talk about it. It suggests, we don't know, but it suggests that he's looking for a transfer in the summer. Yeah, it suggests that. I think every finger points that way, but I think Barry's right to keep quiet on the subject. There's still a lot of football to play. There's still, you know, another cup game, another final to aim for, and to finish on a high note for the club. If he does leave, he wants to leave as a winning captain, and that will be, you know, the cup final. They've got a lot of football in front of him, and he's done the right thing. Keep stum and just keep playing the way he's playing. But would you agree with his brother Derek, who suggests that he has to move to England to further his career? Yeah, I think so. If you want to make yourself a better player, then you have to be playing against top world-class players week in, week out, where you have to perform at 110%.
If he goes to the Premiership, if he goes to Italy or Spain, he will have to do that. And if you're doing that week in, week out, your game does improve, and his game will do that.
The Rangers fans would be disappointed to see him go, but they're going to have to accept that, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think every player has a price. The chairman said that. Barry's no different. If the right figure comes up, and it will have to be the right figure, then I think there will be a few players on the way. But I think it's important to state the players that do come in must be as good, if not better, and that's what the club need and the supporters are looking to.
Well, one man who's hoping to go to the World Cup finals this summer is Claudio Caniggia. He scored the third goal for Rangers. Let's have a look at it, Eddie. Anything the defence could have done here?
Yeah, no, he's done well. He's drifted in between David Craig and Neil Duffy. I think one of them's got a bit tighter. He just ghosted in between here. I think Neil's unlucky not to get it, but it's a great finish, instinct finish, which is good at doing. It's a great ball.
It's the quality of the ball.
Neil McCann,
he's
put it in front of where Craig can't come out, and he's took it well.
Great technique in the finish, Mark.
Yeah, it was a great move. It was all one-touch stuff out to Neil McCann, and you know, I think if you look at Neil McCann's game, you often say the final ball is not the best, but that was perfect for a forward. I mean, you know, running in, you just side foot and the goalkeeper's got no chance.
He's had a fantastic game today. This game was being beamed to Argentina. Yeah. Realistically, what are his chances of being in that squad?
Very good.
Really?
I'd say very good. I think all the games that he's played in, one or two maybe he's been half cut, but I think his overall game has been excellent. I think his movement, his fitness is spot on. He's as fit as anybody out there. You've seen that he's in great shape, and he gets stronger as the game goes. He'll be going out to Argentina. If he does go, he'll have world-class players around him as well, too. And I think he will fit straight in there if selected.
Eddie, Gabriel Batistuta doesn't think Caniggia should be in the squad. What do you make of it?
I think he should go. As Mark said, he's so fit. He runs at people all day, and he's got the energy level to cope with the heat at the World Cup. And I think it'll be a great aspect there if he can get Argentina there. Yeah.
Well, one man who showed great energy today was James Grady for AyrUnited, and we thought he might have had a penalty. Let's have a look at the incident. Mark, first of all, what do you make of it?
Well, that's the first time I've seen it. So the ball's come in, and it's one of those clumsy challenges. You know, referees can give those, but to me, that was like there was contact there.
Eddie?
Yeah, I think I'd be looking for a penalty kick there. I think he's come down to chase the ball, and I think Cotton has just nudged him. His momentum going up in the air, but I think it's a penalty kick.
Yeah, let's have a look at it again. Definite contact, Mark.
Yeah, it's a bad angle to look at it from. You can see him coming up with his arm in his back, which would suggest that there's contact there, and goes down to the floor. But you get him and you don't get him. You know, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Hugh Dallas was there, one of the best referees in the game. So.
Sure. Yeah, and it was 3-0 at that point. It wouldn't have helped AyrUnited that much, but Caniggia sealed it all with the fourth goal, Eddie.
Yeah, I think Craig will be disappointed. He's been great all season to come out there. I think Flo's just come in and stood in front of him, but I think it's at the top of Caniggia's head. I don't think he sees it till late.
It's probably the first mistake the keeper's made, Mark.
Absolutely. He's come out and looking at it in slow motion, it looks like he thinks he's going to get clattered. He sort of puts his arms up and ducks his head down instead of just, you know, coming as a commanding goalkeeper. But in all, he's had a good game. You know, he's kicked well off a we must say, a horrendous surface. But I think that's about the only goalkeeper mistake he made.
OK, more from Mark and Eddie in a moment, but let's go back down trackside where Peter Martin isn't speaking to a player, he's speaking to Scotland's First Minister, Jack McConnell.
Well, Jack McConnell is Scotland's First Minister. What did you make of the spectacle of